Welcome to week 3, gentlemen. And there's only one thing to say about week 1. It was a breeze. I'll take my 50. Thank you. And on that note, Deak'S Weekly Rant has a new theme. It's a good one. Let's take a listen.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light shining through the window, let me know everything's alright.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Summer breeze. Enough of that, gents. You get the point. Anyways, let's move on. The top 5. We're going to start with the top 5 greatest NFL players that you do not want on your fantasy team. Number 1. Number 5. We'll start with 5. Kurt Warner. Great player, Super Bowl rings. led the Arizona Cardinals to the Super Bowl last year. But what's the over-under on how many games he's going to play this year? What's the over-under? 8? I'll take the under. 2 losses, and I smell an injured shoulder on that guy. And let's go with 4 and 5, or 3 and 4. Really related. I'm going to go with Eli for 4, Eli Manning. And number 3, Big Ben. Big-time quarterbacks, big-time game quarterbacks, not fantasy quarterbacks. You don't get points in fantasy for leading a huddle. You do not get points in fantasy for being a team leader, a vocal leader. No. Eli and Ben are out. Unless Eli gets Plaxico back, which I don't think is happening for a couple of years. I'm keeping him on my greatest players not to be on my fantasy team list. Number 2, Chris Johnson. I think he's the fastest running back in the NFL. He's a badass. But the question you have to ask yourself before you draft Chris Johnson is, how many TDs is he going to give to Lendale White this year? Oh, you do not want Chris Johnson. And the number 1 greatest player that you do not want on your fantasy team, easy call, LT. LT is maybe one of the greatest backs ever, but that sight of him on Monday night on the sidelines was an all too familiar sight, gentlemen. An all too familiar sight. Do not have LT on your team. And if you're wondering why I'm not wearing my shirt today, calls for the shirts have gone off the boards. I have not been able to keep them in stock. In fact, I have one of my ranters here with me to rant a little bit. And go ahead. What do you have to say? What's the rant this week? What's the rant? Yeah. Give him a rant, Hayden. Tell him who your pick is for greatest player. As you can see, shirt sales have gone off the boards, gentlemen. And I think Hayden's all talked out. So, that's going to do it for this week's rant. I hope you liked it as much as I did. How about a little music as we head out? Summer breeze. Adios, gentlemen. Adios.